Garden City, how we feeling? Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is the last comedy show ever, so I'm glad that you made it down. As you guys know, there is a pandemic going on, so there's hand sanitizers. There's one bathroom. Please wash your hands. No, we were going to play a game. Usually I start my shows where you lick your hand and then your neighbor licks your hand and you pass it along. Well, I guess we'll skip that tonight. We'll just go ahead and skip it tonight. I really do appreciate you being here. We talked, Lucas and Colin, we talked about, they own Push and Pour, of course. Round of applause for Push and Pour. Doesn't this place look great? Doesn't this fucking look great? We talked about canceling, and in the end, we were like, this is probably the last thing anybody's going to get to do for a little bit, so let's just fucking blow it out, huh? Let's have a great time. I'm very excited. We have Brad Wenzel here. Let him hear you guys. He was nervous to come because he's from LA. We had no cases when we were talking. We had no cases yet of coronavirus, and he was like, listen, I just do not want to be patient zero for your beautiful state. But we have one now, so it's fine. We have a case, it's fine. He's fine. We put him in a bubble. We rolled him through the LAX airport. We're fine. It's good. It'll be fine. Welcome. Get back in here. You're missing so much. Do not feel weird if you have to get up and use the bathroom. If you have to get up and get a drink, please do your thing. You're not going to disrupt the show. We will take a little intermission so that everybody can stretch your legs and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know what this show is. I'm Emma Arnold, comedian. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm a comedian and a bunch of other things. I started a Patreon a bit ago because I wrote this book called The Book of Holy Fuck. And it was, thank you, it was a book, but when a publisher approached me about it, and I was like, listen, it's a book, and it's also an art gallery, and also a live show, and a cookbook, and a sex manifesto, and they never talked to me again. So, yeah. They were like, oh, no, thank you. And they were probably right. But here's the thing. Every month on my Patreon, there's a different theme. This month is birth. And I paint, you guys. These are my paintings. These are my birth paintings. These are my middle-aged lady birth paintings. Thank you, one lady who gets it. And yep, that's fine. I understand. I started this show because I wanted to, every month for the Patreon, tape a live story on the theme about birth. And I was planning tonight to tape a story about my first son, who was born in Mississippi, basically in someone's yard, and because our healthcare system crushing it. And I had a German midwife, and I was in labor for 72 hours, pushed for 7 hours. She was not able to get the baby to come out, so finally she did exorcist style, compel my child to come out in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord, which worked, weirdly. It did, in fact, get the baby out. But I decided that story is funny, but it is also ravaging, you guys. It's a rough story. So I wrote it up instead. If you want to know about my drugless episiotomy, got you covered. You can read it on Patreon. I'm going to publish it tomorrow or the next day. I decided everything just feels so fucking rough right now. So I thought instead of making you go on an incredibly emotional journey with me tonight, I think I'm just going to do some dick jokes, huh? Does that sound fine? I just kind of feel like, I don't know, everything feels so crazy and heavy, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I just want to have fun. So let's just have fun tonight. Let's be silly. Let's be light. This might be the last time you get to hang out with your friends and your neighbors for just a minute. So let's just do it. Yeah, let's do it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I was, like I said, I was really, I was today like, oh, I don't know, should we cancel? I just feel like, oh, are we contributing? Because, I don't want, if someone in this room is ill, I don't want, to, catch that, and then I don't want to kill somebody's dad out there, and that's that's something I worry about every day, you guys. It's just I like dads. I wear dads out is my point. And but I had to go to the mall today Yes, I know. You guys, it was for something really important. It was something it was not a frivolous trip. I had to go to the mall because I had to spend my Sephora gift certificate. You guys, before the world ended, I need to get some lip liner, and I really want to hoard up before we go out. So I was feeling so guilty about this show, and then I was walking around the mall, and you guys, it was fucking packed. There were more people at the Boise Town Square Mall than I think that have been there in a decade. Like, I was like, isn't this place going bankrupt? Not anymore. Turns out when we're stressed, what do? We go to Claire's Boutique to shoplift. That's what it's for. Nobody's making any money. You could feel everybody in there was a teenager today, and everybody was like, fuck it. Like, what are they gonna do? They can't keep me here. I'll just start sneezing and go home. So it had a good vibe in there. I was really enjoying it. It was pretty fun. I'm very excited about our headliner tonight. We've known each other a long time. I first met Brad in Nebraska. We both had been booked on an entirely clean, G-rated clean comedy festival, the Johnny Carson Comedy Festival. And some of you know my comedy, and you're going, ha, what? Which is the correct response. We got both booked on there. Brad because he's very talented, me because the booker was trying to fuck me. And it's a true story. We were pretty fresh in comedy, and this booker, I was pretty naive at the time. He started out being like, oh, love your work, blah, blah, blah. But then pretty soon he started sending me erotic stories written about the two of us, this 75-year-old man. And just to be clear, I just want you guys to know, if you've never seen me do comedy and right now you're like, what's going on? Like, you seem a little skeptical, and that's fine. It's a perfectly reasonable response. So you know that the night gets better. I got second to last in that competition. Brad, this motherfucker, won it. So it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. The night is on its upward trajectory. I got second to last because here's the thing I do to myself. I came up with a very tight 7-minute clean set, kid comedy, very like mom stuff, very good. And right before I went on stage, I thought, it would be really cool. What if you dumped this set and you tried to do a clean joke about your son's penis instead? And yes, I did. Instead of doing my clean set, I did a joke about my autistic son's large penis to a crowd of about 1,000 octogenarians who... It wasn't just silent, you guys. Like, sit for a minute, just for a second. This is what a quiet room that hates you feels like. It wasn't that, okay? That's not what it was. I told this joke, which now you can hear it on my album, cleaned up nicely. It's a very good joke, proud of that joke. Shouldn't have done it, for the first time there, but live and learn. And I told this joke, and when I said the punchline, it was silent for about a half a second, and then a woman way in the back of the theater went, oh no! I was like, yeah, okay. I did not get sent home, but pretty close to that. So that's how I know Brad, is he kicked my ass in a competition correctly one time. But that's why, Brad, okay, you think you're better than me, but guess what? I wrote 3 really good jokes for tonight to blow you out of the water. So we'll just see. It's a funny thing when you're a comedian, because we don't see each other a lot. If you're when you're friends, you a lot of time have a friendship where you see each other once every 4 years or something. And I think that I, in the last 10 years, have bombed exclusively in front of Brad, which is fun. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Where every time I've been somewhere and I'm like, oh, hey, man, good to see you, then I eat my dick for 8 minutes. And that's all he knows of me, is he knows I live in Idaho and I can swallow my own dick. That's it. That's all he knows about me as a person. This is a new joke I'm working on. I'm hoping I'm hoping that we get to do this show if it goes well. If it goes well, we get to do it maybe monthly, maybe quarterly. We'll see how. We'll see. We're into it so far. Okay. But I feel like I looked for a venue for a very long time. I knew what I wanted this show to be. I just wanted it to be something like that sort of built a community, and we just always knew we could come here to relax and have fun. And I knew when I was talking to Lucas about it, I was like, this is a perfect place for it. And I wanted somewhere where I could like shop some new jokes, because it can be hard. This is a small city. You know, we don't have a ton of open mics. I don't have a lot of places. So you guys are like you're going to be, if you come back. She smiled. She's thinking about it. If you come back, you'll be, every month, I want you to be like, oh, new jokes. And so I'm always going to do a thing up at the top called new jokes. And you guys are the guinea pigs. And if you like them, you're like, yeah. And if you don't, then that's okay, guys. That's fine. They're new jokes. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So here's my first new joke of the evening. Okay? New jokes. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Don't be afraid, because this is not a threat, okay? I'm not threatening anybody in this crowd right now. But the last 3 people who have personally wronged me, who have done something personally terrible to me, have either suffered a horrible tragedy shortly thereafter or become a mime. So, a mime. Yeah, the last person who fucked me over, working as a mime. Right now. Another guy saw his friend's head get cut off. That's not the funny part. Okay, let's just not use that in the joke for sure. Okay. That's not a good one. The second part's not the good part. Got it. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. After they get this whole coronavirus situation figured out, I would like some money to be thrown at doing a little research into why all of my ex-boyfriends get horny at 11 p.m. exactly. There needs to be some science directed toward that, because at 11:07, that's every time. 11:07 is when I get hey, how's it going? Checking in, how are you? How are things? And here's the thing, men have gotten smarter. Careful out there. They used to just be like, hey, would you jerk me off? It's 11, I'm horny. Could we sext for a little bit? Maybe you could send me some pictures where you squish your boobs together to make them look like more boobs. And they used to just do that, but now I think they're getting a little smarter, so they're trying to be a little smoother. So now they're like, hey, just, really worried about this virus shit, just really, how are you? Do you have enough toilet paper? How are things? Do you need anything? Also, will you jerk me off? And it's never they're not asking to come over. Some of these are even long distance things. They're just, I think that there maybe certain people don't realize that you can just jerk yourself off and it doesn't have to be a whole thing, you don't have to involve someone. You can just do it. But this ex-boyfriend texted me the other night, and we used to do some sexting. It was nice. We just, he lives in LA. We used to do some back and forth. It was nice. But out of the blue, he just texted me, hey, was thinking about you. And that time in the car where I rubbed your clit briskly. No, my man, you cannot. First of all, clit. See, if you feel how that feels in the room, clit. It's a good word. There's nothing wrong with the clitoris or with the word, but clit is a hard word to text anyway. I don't ever need a text that says clit. I don't ever need that. And then briskly, you just don't throw that. Okay, you guys are done. Okay. I got it. Clit's a hard one. It's a hard one. Okay, how about this then? Huh? How about this? Somebody did something so offensive to me the other day, and it made me realize this is a subgenre of person. This is a kind of person. I was talking to somebody, and then partway through the conversation, he went, got your nose. What? He touched my face like this, pulled, and then went, got your nose. And I realized something about myself in that moment, which is, number one, I don't like that, number one. I don't like that. I don't think you should be touching noses. I don't think, have you ever been booped? Has anybody ever booped your nose? That's if you boop people, get out of my show. If you're a booper, there's no room for boopers in my life. I'm a grown-ass woman. If you're booping people, that's abuse, okay? You can't just be booping. You can't boop people. But this motherfucker went way past boop. And I realized, ever since I was a kid, I've had a real, when I was a little kid, when people would, ha, 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 got your nose, I would lose my shit. And I would be like, give me my fucking nose back. And turns out I have not outgrown that behavior. It turns out I felt like he had genuinely taken something from me. I was so angry with him. I was like, give me back my nose. And he was like, yeah, it's in my pocket. And I was like, fucking give me my fucking nose. Give it to me. It's my nose. Okay, that's my another joke I have. It's coming along. It's coming along. Do we love this guy's shirt? Look at this party shirt. Party shirt. Party shirt. Party shirt. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a sex one. I like this one. Okay. This isn't a new joke. This is a joke that has never worked before that I think you guys are wrong, okay? I think this is a very funny joke, but there is a vulnerable moment in it for me and for you, but we're going to get through it. Okay. So this is so sweet. It's so romantic. It's so sweet. My boyfriend, he loves doing this thing. It's so sweet. He loves to, bless his heart, he loves to titty fuck me. Come on. I know, and here comes the vulnerable moment. It's like, now you have to look at my titties, and I have to know you're looking at my titties. And we all have to be like, those are too small titties to be titty fucking. They are. It's fine. They're too small titties to be titty fucking. Come on. And he's totally, he's so sweet. He's down there, and he's like trying to build enough. It's like a sandcastle. Like he's trying to build enough titty to get his dick in between. He's always like, oh yeah, gonna take it. And he's like coming up from the back, just like, gotta just mush it, gotta get enough in there. He's like kneading bread while he's doing it, just getting in there, like, yeah. Okay, so you guys like that one. I think it's a good one too. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they did not like that one in Ohio, and it's clearly their fault. Yeah, thank you, small titties. Where are you at? Yay, small titties. Yeah, they're cute, but come on. I mean, I'm like, you can rub your dick on them. You can, like, windshield wiper them if you want. But you're not. Come on. Knock it off. So sweet. Every time he does it, I'm like, this guy loves you. He thinks you have big enough titties to fuck, and you do not. So that's romantic. I guess that's what love feels like. That's great. Let's talk about my mom. My mom is so cute. She thinks she's very tech savvy. She's always telling me things she read. She thinks she's super tech savvy. Recently, she was like, oh, my phone's not working. I tried everything. And she was like, I tried to fix it myself. And she brought it to me, and she was like, I can't, it's just running so slow. It's running so slow. And I looked at it, and I was like, I pulled open Chrome, and I was like, Mom, you have 92 tabs open on Chrome. And she was like, oh, no, gosh. And then I started looking through them. Okay, so 90 of those tabs were the listing for PBS, what was playing on PBS. 90 tabs of the listing for Antiques Roadshow. My mom's just got to keep up to date. But 2 of them were very interesting to me, and that was that my mom apparently has been spending a great deal of time on a site called Orphan Horses for Rent. And I asked her, I said, what is this site? What is this site about? You're looking at orphan horses? And she goes, oh yeah, but just to rent. So that's the whole joke. That's the whole joke. I just think it's so funny. Oh, just to rent, honey. I'm not looking to buy an orphan horse. Has to be an orphan, though. That's very important to me. Okay. This is, okay. Oh, let's do this one. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one. The other day I was, thank you, Kat. The other day I was down my apartment complex and I had popped my hood. I have an older car. It sucks oil like crazy. So I was adding some oil and these two guys walking by stopped by and they were like, "You need some help there, sweetie?" And they were like, "Huh." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm just adding a little oil." And they were like, "Oh, don't put it in the wrong hole." And they're like, they're very proud of themselves. And then they came over and they like were leaning. They were doing some man leaning and showing me that they knew, they were talking about the car. And I was like, actually, I took auto tech all through high school, so I'm pretty good. And they were like, "Oh, really? Oh, sorry. We didn't realize you know your business." But here's the thing. I did take auto tech all through school because my stepdad, who was a very cool man, he had 4 daughters, and he didn't want us to have to rely on men for things. So he made us take auto tech, which is very cool, which means that I have fucked everybody in auto tech. So that's, the only thing I know how to do is add oil and fuck someone who knows how to do the other shit. I have very weak hands. Anyway, that's that joke. Yeah, that's that joke. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. I have one more, and then we have a really fun show and a super good treat. But this, I'm going to do, oh man, it's so hard because there's such a list of fun shit in here. This is new. I'm going to try this. This is brand new. So my son, new jokes. Yes, yeah. My son is 14, and he's been playing the guitar for about a year. He's taking lessons. He's been playing the guitar, which has been very cool. What that means, if you don't have a teenage kid in your house learning guitar, it means that the song "Rusted Roots," "Send Me On My Way," it's just played in a loop at my house all the time. Just that part of it, though, you guys, he hasn't gotten in a year of lessons. But since the coronavirus started happening, he has been sitting in his room playing only just like 2 bars of, I forgot the song, god damn it. Oh, yeah. Of, I can't remember the band, but Don't Fear the Reaper. That's all that happens in my house is, and if you have never felt your mortality while your son plays that song on a loop, okay, I fucked it up. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to end on something else because that was, it's new jokes, guys. It's new jokes. Okay, let's do this one. It's only kind of a new joke. I did it a couple of times before, but people sometimes say like, "Oh man, it's so cool you're a comedian. How did you get the confidence?" Like people are always like, "I could never do that. I could never get up in front of a crowd and tell jokes, blah, blah, blah." They're like, "How did you get the confidence to do that?" And it's that one time when I was a kid, at my 11th birthday party, I thought it would be really funny and also kind of a cool thing to do when my mom put the cake in front of me to see if I could scream out the candles. And very large party, lots of family, everybody gathered in a circle, and my mom sets this beautiful cake in front of me, all these candles, and I'm like, and I didn't give up, you guys. I screamed until I got every one of those candles out. And when I was done, my mom, instead of being like, "What a fucking asshole," my mom was like, "Well, look at you running a little experiment. You're a scientist." And that's why I have the confidence to do this, is I've screamed out candles. And all right, that's me, guys. That's my jokes. Thank you.